Are you feeling that, yes, that I am able or I am capable of doing something in my life, or not only in your life, whatever you're doing presently also, you should be feeling that, yes, I am deserving of it. Each time, whatever you do, you are criticizing yourself. Of course, see, being not content with what you have done is a different thing. That, yes, looking for improvement in yourselves is something different. But when you start self criticizing yourself, overly doing it, it will lead you into something that is maybe it will lead you to a stressful situation, or which might again lead you to even depression.
Hello and welcome to yet another insightful session at Celebrating Self. I'm your host, Karanjot Kaur, and today I am super excited because we have a happiness coach with us today. Please welcome Dr. Pallavi Vasudha Vishwas. She is the founder of Happy Harmony, an inspiring speaker, a motivated educator, and a passionate soft skills trainer. After working for more than 16 years in telecom and education field, she has dived into coaching and training with the purpose of spreading smiles across miles. She loves nature, enjoys writing, and is a theater enthusiast. She's an aspiring author, and we'll talk about that in detail as well. She has multiple achievements and awards in her pocket, and we are privileged to have Dr. Pallavi with us to share her perspective on creating a harmonious relationship with ourselves. Welcome, Dr. Pallavi. It's great to share screen with you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Karanjot, and what a lovely introduction. And good evening and warm welcome to everybody. Really, really thankful that I'm sharing this platform with you. And it's wonderful interacting. Thank you so much, Karanjot, for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and being with us. Thank you. And to start off with, I would like to ask you the first question that is about your life. How has been your journey? Like, through what has been your ups and downs? How did you cross the hurdles? What all did come in between? Please share that with us.
Yes, a wonderful question about life. The question looks wonderful, but the answer is quite difficult, as you rightly said, with the ups and downs, with the obstacles, with the struggles. And each one of us has a story of their own. It might be a happy starting or not so happy starting. And yes, the various phases that are there in our lives, I feel it is an opportunity for us to carve a story for ourselves. So it is a blessing that today the work that I'm doing about harmony and happiness is something that I was blessed with, the genes that I received from my parents. So it's totally a blessing that I feel. And this life story is continuing. It's an ongoing journey. So I would say that, yes, a story that started quite a few years ago, when you start off with your journey at the career that you plan or not so plan. But of course, again, it was a happy starting for me. Being a telecom engineer, I got a career job, you could say. From the campus interview, I got employed in one of the best companies, and that gave me an opportunity to start my learning process right from the beginning. So the telecom industry gave me opportunities to enhance as a person, not only personally but professionally in the technical field, and also growing up to be a person which will enhance my management skills, my leadership skills, and which took me to quite a few places and quite a few roles that helped me for what I'm doing today. And the story that went on to take up a job again as a HOD, as the head of the department in one of the management colleges, where I was quite a few lives I was able to touch upon, youth making a difference in their lives. And that's when, like, the motto that yes, that what I live by, be happy and live in harmony. That's when like I took the risk. So in fact, my life story is take the risk and take the courage of being the voice of your own happiness.
Wow.
So it takes a lot of courage because I quit my job and then I dived into this. And I'm really, really happy to start my enterprise by the name Happy Harmony with the mission of spreading smiles across miles. So believe in yourself. When things are not really going good, we need to take really, really that courage and listen to our inner voice. And that's what I did. That's basically the story of my life, that yes, the self belief and the self confidence and what I listen to my inner voice. The circumstances were not good, they are not always favorable, but the belief that I had in my abilities, the confidence that was shown by my family and everybody around me, gave me that courage to take the risk. And most important, yes, be the voice of your own happiness. So, in short, that's what I'm living by. Thank
Wow,
you.
this is truly, you are living an inspiring life, I must say.
Thank you.
And when you talked about like having it all in your genes, I'm sure there must have been certain circumstances, certain incidences where you actually doubted yourself. You were like, you looked up for approvals. You must have like waited for somebody's validation so as to take that plunge. Has that ever happened? Like, have you ever been in that doubtful situation where you looked out, instead of looking inside, you looked out to know, to get an answer? Has anything happened? Please share that.
Yes, definitely. We as human beings, we are always looking out for approvals and validations, that whether what I'm doing is being approved by others. Because no matter how much you say that, yes, this is what I'm doing for my own happiness, but you always look out for appreciation, and a pat on the back goes a long way. So, yes, there have been instances when the fact that, as I said, I changed my careers from a telecom engineer to something like going into teaching academic. So that itself was a journey of overcoming self doubt. Will I be able to shift my careers? Will I be able to stand in front of those students and teach? So
Right.
that was quite a lot of a journey, that because young minds are full of curiosity and full of questions, and they are each one is learning and wants to explore. So you keep doubting yourself that, oh my god, the questions, will they be answered properly by me or no? Will they approve of my answers? Will they really agree to what I'm asking? So that was a phase of self doubt, yes, in the initial stages, as I said, because taking a plunge, it was almost like 180 degrees. I was moving from a corporate job, I was getting into the academics. So, yes, I looked for approval. Definitely, I looked for approval.
Wow. And how did you overcome that? Like, how did you think that, yes, I can do it and I should go for it? What was that driving force which made you do that?
I think the acknowledgement that came from the students, and the fact that my classes were always full and the students were liking what I was teaching, because I went beyond the teaching. It was more of, again, I love to tell stories, I love to give examples. So that is what I feel it connected. And as you started the question also, what is the story of your life? So I feel each one of us is looking forward to those stories which connect, because I feel teaching goes much, much more than just the textbook learning. The
Very.
outcome is more important, and I could see in the eyes of the students. And even now, when students come back to me and tell me that, yes, we still remember what you've taught, and somewhere they do implement those learnings, that is a joy and immense happiness that gives to me. So I feel the self doubt has turned into self confidence, and what it has inspired me to get going, still keep going with that appreciation that comes across from not only students but all around whosoever I meet. So that has kept me going.
Indeed, I can truly connect to this. That very true. I can feel that connection. I'm sure your students, they must be even more well connected with you. And
Thank you.
now you told that you have been a teacher, you have like dealt with those curious minds. So let me ask you one curious question, and that is, can you explain us how can we build our self-worth? How can we start believing in ourselves?
Right. A very, very important question. And I feel most of us are stuck up, or rather wondering whether I have that self confidence in me. Whether, like, am I worthy of what all I want to achieve? Because it's, it's a human nature. Although we people say that achievements will give you the self confidence to keep yourself going, but the basic thing is, what is self worth? Are you feeling that, yes, that I am able or I am capable of doing something in my life, or not only in your life, whatever you're doing presently, also, you should be feeling that, yes, I am deserving of it. Because most of the times, there is a very small difference between what is self-worth, what is self-confidence, what is self-value, or what is self-esteem. So self-worth is basically feeling, yes, I'm worthy of something, I'm deserving of something. So you need to recognize that you are worthy and you are deserving of it. So today, when I stand over here, yes, it is like a self affirmation for myself, which I tell every day that I'm blessed and I deserve what I'm doing. So that also gives me a self confidence, and a few things that we could implement when we are talking about self worth, like what all do I do for myself so that I develop self confidence, as you rightly said. So you should understand, basically, you should acknowledge your weaknesses, and you should build up upon your strengths, the strengths that you have. Somebody might have good communication skills, but they might need, although the communication skills are good, maybe there is a fear of going out on the stage and speaking. So that weakness maybe you could improve upon, because you could work upon your expertise of communication skills. That is your strength, and that will give you a confidence to speak out there in front of the people, in front of whosoever the audience is. So little bit things you need to just keep on, like, sharpening the saw of understanding what are your weaknesses, what are your strengths, and have smaller goals for yourself, so that when you achieve those smaller goals, you should celebrate. And celebrating those small joys or small wins will give you the confidence that, yes, I can take a bigger leap. Because bigger the leap, bigger is your success, and bigger is the self-worth that you are taking for yourself, or you're building that self-confidence for yourself. So I think these small steps, and start making it a habit of building that self-confidence for you. So start with smaller goals, start with smaller wins, start with taking one step at a time, because every small step matters, and it is giving you the self confidence of progressing. Because doing nothing and progressing, with each small step, means a lot. So every small step matters in that journey of self worth and self confidence. That's what I feel.
Wow, that was beautiful. And
Thank
these
you.
are certain things that we have read. We already know the power of small wins. But when it comes to implementation, I think we just forget all of that, right? And what you told today, this is something we need to talk to ourselves, especially we, the women. We need to affirm to ourselves that, come on, it's okay. Everybody is imperfect. Nobody is perfect in this world. And just accept your imperfections. Maybe there are certain situations where we can improve also, but that's what our life's journey is all about, right?
Absolutely.
As I got to know that you are an aspiring author and your book is going to come out soon,
Yes, yes.
being a happiness coach, I'm sure it must be something in relation to the happy harmony as your this thing, this your platform is, I would like to ask you, like, what is your book about? Is it something about leveling up our values? Is it something that you are sharing your formulas? Like, how do you increase your value in your own eyes? Please tell us something about that.
Absolutely. Writing a book, because writing gives me happiness. In fact, this is a gift that I've received from my father, and my beloved father, that it's really, really wonderful when you write down your thoughts, when you express yourself. And it is whenever, like, what you're speaking about value. So in fact, I feel this is sort of a value also I've received from my father, that you write and you could express yourself. You could think that you said just now that women need to do this for ourselves. So when you are feeling low, or when you are even in high spirits, you could write down your thoughts, and maybe someday it would turn out as a book. So that is what exactly is happening. Of course, it is more than my thoughts, more than my expressions. It is something that which I felt all my life, that we need to be in happiness and in harmony in whatever we do, so that you feel the peace in living. Because for me, happiness is peacefulness, and harmony is something, because now when we are speaking to each other, we are in harmony with today's space. We are in harmony with what we are talking to each other. We are interacting. So in this space, yes, you could feel that, yes, you are feeling relaxed, you are stress free when we are interacting with each other. So that is basically harmony. When people speak about what does happiness mean to you, what does harmony mean to you, it is this: when we are in harmony with the relationships that we are having for ourselves, be it family, be it friends, your children, or your outer circle also, you will feel the vibes, the positive vibes, when you are in harmony. And that gives a happiness that is mutual happiness. So coming to my book that I am writing about, and yes, it is almost like I am eagerly awaiting its launch, that would happen next month. It is something to do with which will give the readers a peep in their own lives. What are they living for, or what do they want in their lives? And by reading the book, they will also get those few strategies, of few tools, you could say, that they could implement in their lives regarding happiness and harmony. And my PhD I've done in work life balance amongst working women. So it is an amalgamation of all these points that are, people are more worried about, like, how do I balance my work and life? How do I do it so that I lead a happy life? How do I lead a life which I would be able to manage stress? So for me, it is managing stress with a smile. Don't take the stress of managing stress. You can do it. It's not that difficult. Of course, it might sound difficult, but it's not impossible. So we all can do it. And leveling up the value is this very fact, that do things that make happy for you. Like, what does happiness mean for you? What does that value that you are carrying in your life, that you want to express, not only express, but you want to live by? Because for me, happiness is a value, and that is my way of living. I have been, as I said, I've been blessed with those genes, so it comes like, whatever I do, or yes. And happiness does not mean that you are all the time excited and you are all the time jumping around, but it is more than that. Because when you are in that phase of, yes, being happiness is something part of your life, you see beyond those obstacles. You are able to pass that phase of, you could say, the struggling phase. There are going to be struggles, and happy people, or people who are living with happiness, they are able to transcend from that struggles to something peacefulness in their life. They are able to transform from the stressful struggles to a peaceful happy feeling. And it is not only for themselves, all the people around them, or rather the happiness is transforming. So it is not only limited to yourself, but it goes beyond you. So this book is very, very dear to me. It is a dream come true. It is my debut book, and I am looking forward to it, and I'm sure it is going to spread happiness everywhere. So I thank you for asking that question, because this book is really very dear to me, and hopefully all the readers are going to enjoy and looking forward to the implementations in their life, which is going to spread happy smiles across miles. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. First of all, congratulations, and I wish you
Thank
all the
you.
very best for your book launch and your this. I hope that your debut book does great. And
Thank
let me add on to this. When I had my baby book in my hand, and when I saw my name on that, the feeling is something I cannot express. And I'm sure I'll surely call you the day you receive your book, and when you're holding it in your hand with your name written on it, that feeling, I would like to know about it again. And I'll surely call you on that day.
Absolutely. And you are going to be a part of my launch. So we would
Oh,
be meeting.
thank you. Thank you so much for this informal invitation.
Yes, most
Thank you. Yeah.
welcome.
And so now I get it. Actually, you are using the power of smile to add on the value of yourself. Am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Because I can't imagine myself without a smile.
Wow, this is
So,
amazing. I just love this because even I consider smile as a tool. It is a tool for the outer world as well as to your inner world, right?
right,
That's
absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
And I was just wondering, like, we have talked about happiness, we have talked about like all the goody goody things, I would say. All right. Now, let me ask you your take on self criticism, because that is like an enemy who lives within us, right? But actually, what is your take about self criticism? Has it ever happened to you, or have you faced it? Or would you like to share something that might be useful for us?
Now, self criticism is exactly what we would say going away from self worth. So, you are again, each time, whatever you do, you are criticizing yourself. Of course, see, being not content with what you have done is a different thing. That yes, looking for improvement in yourselves is something different. But when you start self criticizing yourself, overly doing it, it will lead you into something that is maybe it will lead you to a stressful situation, or which might again lead you to even depression. Because like self criticism, overly doing it, that each time doubting what you've done, oh this is not rightly done, or rather this is not what it should have been. When right, as I said, if you're looking for improvement, it is a different thing. But giving your best, in spite of giving your best, you start criticizing yourself, and rather it is self sabotaging. Because each time when you criticize yourself, imagine, like, there are so many examples that you could give. Like, imagine there is a beautiful flower, and you tell the flower that you are not beautiful, those colors on you are not good, you are not, the fragrance that you are spreading is not good, and maybe this is not the right time to bloom, and you are not at the right place. So you see, the very essence of that flower was to like bloom as a flower. Like, let's say it's a rose or some other plant, it's being a rose, and you're criticizing, oh, you're not good as a rose, you should have been something else, you should, the fragrance is not good. The same thing you're doing to yourself, that whatever you've done is not right, whatever you are doing is not right. So you are falling in that in that, rather, you are just putting yourself down each time, and you are making your own self, like, surrounded by that criticism. So when you start undervaluing yourself, when you start self criticizing yourself, you will never see the good in, not only in yourself, but what others are doing.
Very true.
Because when we are talking about happiness and harmony, let me just tell you this thing, when you should be open to receiving. So when you say you are happy, how would you express? You would open your arms and say, I'm happy. But if you just do this and you say, I'm happy, does it even convey that you are happy? So same thing goes with self-criticism. Because of the self-criticism, you are closing yourself to the opportunities that you would receive for your progress or for your growth. Self criticism is something that you are closing the doors onto yourself. Maybe somebody might want to extend a helping hand to you, but because of your self criticism, you are not open to receive that helping hand. You are not open to receive the compliments, what others might be appreciating about you. So you are falling short of your self-worth, or rather you're closing yourself upon your valuing yourself, valuing what you have. And the point that you brought about women, because normally women self criticize themselves that, oh, I should have done this better, or I'm really not worth it, this is not meant for me. So you go on criticizing yourself, you go on in that thing that, oh, just that, it's not really good for me, and I should not be getting it, I should not be deserving of it. And that's when you also start blaming the destiny, that this is not in my destiny. You start criticizing all those things. So you see that you are almost building a negative mindset also around it. Your self criticism, I feel, it leads to much more negativity around you, within you. So all these things start really, the progress is almost stopped. And the life that you are living becomes not really happy. And then when you say that I'm not finding happiness in everything, it is because of this. So be open to receiving the goodness in your life and overcome self criticism. With few pointers that I would like to share is, again, like, the affirmations that go for yourself go a long way when you are going to deal with self criticism. So affirmations, start practicing gratitude, appreciating what you are having in your life, because that is going to help you overcome self criticism. So I feel gratitude, which I always follow, I've been following it as a morning ritual for me, and as a ritual that before going to bed. So that gives you that, that positivity around you, or it gives you again that self confidence that, yes, I am deserving of all this, and thank you for appreciating what I've got. So that gratitude goes a long way. So I'm sure these small things that if we follow, we would be able to overcome self criticism. Thank you.
Wow, this formula, the pointers that you just shared, I'm sure everybody should just write it down, because these are something you need to make your own habit, like everyday habit. And I'm sure these are the things that actually increase your positivity. And once you release positive energy, you receive also the same, right? And
Absolutely.
I just loved all your points. And I'm very sure now that your students must love you, because the way you just explain and you share in the form of a story, that's truly beautiful. And with this, now I would like to ask you one last question, which I ask everybody who comes on this show. And that is, according to you, which is that one habit which every woman should adapt so that they can have a harmonious relationship with their own selves? Because the whole essence of our talk is all related to a relationship with ourself, right? And that is what celebrating self is all about. So I would request you to share one habit, according to you, that each woman should inculcate in herself.
Yes, every woman, or I would say every individual, also should inculcate this habit. In fact, I've spoken about this in my book also, that how you could nourish with care to flourish with happiness, because that is what our everything is meant to be. If we are nourishing within ourselves, because I believe a quote that I had just written the other day, it is self-care is the harmony of healthy mind, healthy body, and healthy soul. So when these three things come together, and that is basically one habit that we should inculcate, is the harmony of a healthy mind, body, and soul. And do whatever you feel that is necessary. Maybe it could be just following a self-care routine, a me time routine, a hobby that you would like to pursue, and like having good meals. So basically just covering all those three things is healthy mind, body, and soul. So do whatever it takes to have a harmony of these three things. And we are looking forward to a mind that is going to give you happiness, a soul that is going to be at peace, and a body that is going to help you live long years of happiness and harmony. So I feel this should be inculcated by every individual, and especially women. They should take care of themselves, and which I said as my life story was, be the voice of your happiness. So own your own happiness, take responsibility of your happiness, take accountability of your happiness, because when we start blaming circumstances, things get difficult. So let us inculcate this habit, I feel. Be the voice of your own happiness and create a harmony around a healthy mind, healthy body, and a lovely soul. So that is my, I feel that should be my last words for today's, whatever we are speaking about, self-value, self-worth, and self-confidence. Thank you.
Wow, your words were mesmerizing, and I am totally flat today just by listening to you. And I'm sure everybody would be motivated through your words. Thank you so much for sharing your valuable insights and answering our questions with so depth and such great knowledge, such great principles which we can adapt in our lives. Thank you so much. And with
It
this,
was a, yeah, just
we're not
before
going
you
to end.
end, yeah, yeah.
No.
No, it was a pleasure, like heartfelt gratitude to you, Karanjot, and you yourself are doing an amazing work. So congratulations to you, where you are also helping people build that self-confidence in you. So it is a massive work that you are doing. So I really, really wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and let us spread this confidence and happiness so that we all live in harmony and in happiness. So thank you once again.
Thank you so much. But we are not going to end right now. We are not going to leave you just like that. There is going to be a rapid fire round.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be asking you questions which you have to answer spontaneously.
Yes,
are you ready for this?
Yes, all set.
Excited or not?
Yes, obviously excited, because rapid fire itself is an excitement. Like, oh my God, I've got to tighten the seat belts and be sitting upright. And yes, I'm all excited.
Okay, so with this, I start with my first question, and that is, what is on your bucket list this year?
This year, the bucket list is like, I'm looking forward to the launch of my book. And yes, the fireworks are going to like light to my bucket list. So
wow,
that is the first foremost thing for me.
Great, great. And what makes you smile? Like, what is the reason that always brings a smile on your face?
The smile is, as I said, I can't imagine myself without a smile. So I feel it is a part of my face. So that's what brings me. Yeah, I'm smiling.
Any particular reason that will always bring a smile even to your sad face?
Yes. In fact, the fact that I'm breathing, inhaling and exhaling is enough for me to smile.
Wow, wow, that's so inspiring. Great. And what is your biggest fear?
My biggest fear is this is a rapid fire, but yes, the fear that I was at one point of time, I was on the, you would say, the edge of the cliff, that whether or no that things would be set right or no. That was once upon a time it was a fear, but thankfully that I have overcome that fear. And when I thought that I was fearless, there was some kind of fear in me. So that was one fear.
Oh, this question, I could sense it took you to some other place. I it was not supposed to, but anyways, what is a perfect vacation for you?
A perfect vacation, oh my god, I could just be lying out over there and things are done for me and enjoying myself. Like, it could be any place. I love nature, so that is what things are done for me, and I'm just so relaxing out over
Oh
there,
wow, that
enjoying,
was so
basking in the
honest, so
sun.
honest. Huh? I think
Yes.
every woman would be like, just when nobody asks, calls upon me, that is the best moment. That is a perfect vacation. No.
Right, absolutely, yes, absolutely.
And with this, I ask you the last question, and that is, describe the woman in you in 3 words. Like, what 3 words would you select to describe the woman in you?
The woman in me is fearless. Yes, although I spoke about fear, but I am fearless. I am extremely self confident and extremely self motivated, because that really speaks for what I am today. It is because of all these three things that I stand here today.
Wow,
And a happy person, self motivated, happy person. Yes.
very nice, very nice. It was really a great time having you, and the rapid fire round was, it seemed like you had no problem at all, and everything went like so.
Hopefully, I get the hamper.
Now that hamper would be delivered to you after. No, in fact, you should be giving me. I will be waiting for the book now.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Count on that. You would definitely receive the book. And I'm looking forward to having you, as I said, at the launch.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful that you even thought about me of having me on the launch. And I wish you all the best for that. And thank you so much for being here, for sharing your valuable pointers, sharing everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And with this, we just we'll meet on the next session with some other personality for another insights into our lives. And till then, bye, take care, and we'll meet in the next episode. Bye.
Bye, all of you. Bye. Thank you. Take care.